Nobody likes a show off, Steve. New year, new Steve. Same old Steve. God love him. Upside down and inside out, I'm about to show all you folks what it's all about. Now it's time for me to get on the mic and make this mother party hype. I'm taking you back to the old school, cause I'm an old fool and I'm so cool. If you wanna get busy, let me hear you say, whoop, there it is, let me hear you say. No one. How the devil are you all? Smooth FM is rocking. It's a new year. Happy New Year to you all. I hope you've had a good Christmas. It's Kev Ashford. And of course, it's VanCam time. It's been off the radar. They always say that in transfer speculation, don't they? That players are on the radar. The clubs even have these radars. What is the crack with that? But yeah, no, anyway, I've been going off the radar myself there. I have been off the radar over Christmas. I had to put a video out just to reassure everyone that I was still alive. I'm still doing VanCam. Because believe it or not, 6, maybe 7 people were very concerned about me, which is nice. Thank you very much. It's nice to know that. I was alright. I was in Bala over Christmas. Well, not over Christmas, but around that time in Wales. Just chilling out and all that. And then, obviously I was parked up for Christmas, so VanCam wouldn't really work, would it? Anywhere else apart from in this thing here. This is my studio. This is my office, my time. So I just put a video out at New Year just to reassure people. And that was from the toilet cam I had to do. Always coming up with great ideas on the old VanCam, aren't I? And I hope you like the MCing at the beginning. Because a lot of thought goes into it. It tires me out. I actually feel tired now, like I need a bit of a lie down actually. Because it takes that much out of me. I know you're probably thinking, God, that guy can spit some lyrics, you know. It's the speed they deliver that, I think, as well. It's very tiring. It's just a God-given gift. Told you before. Just glad that I was blessed with it. Anyway, away from all that shite talk. A bit depressing, isn't it? The football, I mean, there's so much to cover. I can't cover it all, can I? Because I'm just going back over old ground anyway. But I just want to start really from the return of David Moyes Boxing Day. I didn't go to Old Trafford. I decided to go to the pub all day and watch all the football and that and catch up with my mates. The return of the chosen one. Fucking chosen one, my ass. The fucking useless one, innit? David Moyes back in Manchester. Seemed to get an alright reception. I don't know why. I mean, Jesus, he took a championship winning side to, what, 7th or something. God, I'm glad that them days are behind us. I think that's why I didn't want to go to the match, you know. I could have gone, but I think that David Moyes factor would have got me, man. Would have pulled me down with him. But at the same time, I've missed one of the best goals at Old Trafford for God knows, donkey's years, man. Mkhitaryan with that mad scorpion kick finish. What a goal. And then, what were we into then? I'm trying to think now. Oh, well, looking then at New Year's Day. New Year's Eve, sorry, wasn't it? Against Middlesbrough. The good old days. That factor has returned to Man United. We are now winning games. It's like we're winning them. You've got that confidence before you even go into the game where you think, we're going to do these today. Whereas under David, the chosen one, useless Moyes, and Louis van Nobed, you know, we just didn't know what we were going to get. We were turning up as fans every week and thinking, you were not petrified, but you just didn't know sort of hope or aspirations, or there was just nothing. You just turned up and you didn't know what to expect. You certainly wouldn't have been betting on United, even as a United fan, 'cause you didn't know what to expect from one week to the next. But Mourinho seems to have got a bit of a settled side now, and that Borough game, I mean, for Sir Alex Ferguson to be sat there on his birthday, I mean, what a present, man. That was... They were the days that the great man himself, Sir Alex, invented more or less at Old Trafford. That never say die attitude. Go at them, keep at them. And it would have been an absolute shite horse of a result if we'd have drawn that game. Never mind even getting... Sorry, we were getting beat at one stage 1-0. And even then I was thinking, I thought we would get an equaliser, but even then I would have been disappointed. I'm thinking 1-1 against these. We've absolutely battered them. They're absolute shite, and we battered them. 30-odd shots on target or whatever, or on goal. And you know what? It paid off in the end, didn't it? It was unbelievable. A great finish to 2016. And hopefully that's coming back now, isn't it? Because it's rolled on now into the West Ham game, which was just recently as well. I'm getting lost with all these games, but a good performance again. Mike Dean, an absolute, if that's his name, absolute dickhead him, innit? I mean, I'm a United fan, obviously, but I mean, Jones goes down like he's been sniped from the crowd. I thought it was a 50-50 challenge. Yeah, they've both gone in committed, but never a red card. I'll take it, like. And obviously Zlatan's goal as well, clearly offside, given. I said it on VanCam ages ago. We haven't been getting the rub of the green. And before that match, Mourinho actually made out in the press and had 14 incidents that have gone out against United this season. We've had a lot of incidents and big decisions, big calls that have gone against us. People always say, oh, these things even themselves out. Maybe it's starting to now, because we got 2 back there against West Ham. Could not give a shit about them Hammers. Really could not. In the fancy new stadium that's got no atmosphere and is absolutely shite. You have to sit. You'd be best off watching it on telly at home. Never mind sat in that crowd too far behind. But Phil Jones got the brunt of it. He was getting booed by the GSE and all that. I'm sure the firm will be after him. Don't blame the ref, just blame Phil Jones. It was his fault, wasn't it? But new part of the show I'm going to try and introduce and cover it quickly is transfer bollocks. Transfer bollocks. Don't know what happened there. Yes, and for this, the Louis van Gaal Filofax. I am really spoiling you. Whoa, a new segment of the show, and the Filofax is out, and it will come out again in a bit because there's been a bit of research done. Transfer targets. Now, I'm not going to lie. Yes, I'm an expert in football. Played for the Fiddler's Green in the late 90s at, Sunday League level. I do know my shit. I've told you this before. But on transfers, me mate Disco Dave got a part-time job at KFC, but he does a bit of a blog or something, a website, and he knows all these agents and that, and they send him private messages telling him what's going to happen, keeping him in the loop. I don't know why. He is a nice guy. If you do need somebody for your Disco Dave's the man. But he assures me people like that Guillaume, whatever he's called, Ballagay, Ballbag, they follow him on Twitter. He's blocked me, so I'm not in the loop. But he's sending these, he's telling him. So off the dossier, this Lindoff, is that even how you pronounce it? Now, before Christmas, it's a done deal. He's signing. He's the best thing since Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He's a defender. He's young. He's only 22. I've not even got anything written down in front of me. I'm going off the top of my head. But it looked like it was done. And then all of a sudden, the press have turned around and said, oh, well, maybe Mourinho's happy with Rojo and Smalling. But Disco Dave is telling me to keep an eye on this one in January, because it could still happen, and he thinks that Zlatan Ibrahimovic will have a big say in this, and already has, in pointing Mourinho and getting Lindoff on the radar. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So this one's going to run until the end of the transfer window. Next up, Antonio, is it Antoine Griezmann, my main man from Atletico Madrid. Disco Dave is telling me that through his sources, this is not happening in January. But in the summer, it's looking like it's odds on. Disco Dave says there is an 80% chance this will happen and 70% chance it won't. It doesn't make any sense at all. But we'll just have to go with that. That's what Disco Dave says anyway. So Griezmann, one to look at in the summer. I don't think Disco doesn't think in January. Dele Alli, that's been in the papers. All right, come on, he scored 7 goals in whatever, half a game. Something ridiculous. But would Spurs sell to United? Personally, me and Disco Dave have had a chat. Disco reckons that the sources are saying that Ali is going to be more suited to Real Madrid. And let's face it, Tottenham and Real Madrid have a really good understanding. And when it comes to transfers, you know, they've got this partnership where basically they take all Tottenham's best players for a fair price. And that, I suppose it's a one-way thing. Well, they're getting money back, aren't they? But yeah, so Dele Alli, can't see it to Man United, to be honest. The last one, bit of a surprise, this one, in the papers this week. I think it might have been old Wobbly Gob Rio Ferdinand that knocked this one off, but where am I going with that? Knocked one off? No? Patrice Evra, yeah. Rio Ferdinand said some shit on Instagram like, Evra, you're coming home. Could have been a reference to anything, but when I did my bit of research into it, it does seem this one has got legs. On the blower. Disco, what's the crack? What's happening? He's onto his sources. Guillaume Balaguer's been in touch. Some guy from Italy, apparently he's called Peruzzi or something along them lines. But he reckons that this one could happen. Patrice Evra's 35 years old. He cannot get a game for Juventus. He wants to finish his career at United. That's what Disco's telling me. What do you reckon of that one? What would it say about Luke Shaw? Because Luke Shaw signed for a hell of a lot of money. Does Mourinho fancy him? For me, I'd take Evra back in a heartbeat. Because Evra, for everything he's done for United, and when he first come to United, he bought into Man United. The first thing he did was buy DVDs of United, books. He went home, read history, everything, the Munich air disaster, the whole history of the club. Players do not do that anymore. They just waltz in, Louis Vuitton bag under the arm, do you know what I mean? Hair, whatever, strapped back in a hairband. That's what it is. In a hairband, you know, shitty pink tracky bottoms on, gold shoes, whatever. Don't know where I'm going with this. Yeah, I am. They don't give a shit. As long as they're getting 150, 250 grand a week, happy days. Hevra was different. He was one of the last good guys at United, Evra. I was gutted when they sold him. And I would be happy to give him till the end of the season. If he plays a few games, if he can help out, he's experienced, he knows what United's about, and he will give 110%, maybe 120% if that's even possible. But he will do that, Patrice Evra, and I love him. Hope he comes back. Hope he watches VanCam. Absolutely no chance he watches VanCam. I can edit that out in a bit. But that is the transfer. Oh shit, I just spat. That is the transfer. Oh, what would they call it? Transfer bollocks. Is that done? Moving on. Hear me now. The weekend, it's FA Cup weekend. What is FA Cup getting a bit like international weekend? We just love the Premier League so much, don't we? But I think, yeah, it's been devalued. I've spoke about it many a times on this before. It has been devalued, but we won it last season, for Christ's sake. I was at it. I was levered out of my head. I fell off the coach on the way home. I was all right, don't worry. The coach was not moving. That was at the end of the night. But yeah, people do they get in the mood for it, and I don't think they do until it gets to the last stages, does it? This week's opponents, it's Reading. The Louis van Gaal dossier is coming out.
The Louis van Gaal Filofax.
That was a shit Dutch accent. This week, we're playing Reading in the FA Cup. It's the return of Jaap Stam, if you didn't already know that. Jaap Stam is a big Dutch man. Get past him if you fucking can. Try a little trick and he'll make you look a dick. Jaap Stam. Yeah, you having that? Thought so. Yep, Jaap Stam is back in Manchester. What a legend. One of the only players that Sir Alex Ferguson has actually come out after selling him and said he should not have sold him. I cannot agree anymore. He should never have sold Stam. I was devastated when I found out. I thought it was a joke. It was the days before social media and that, so I got a phone call off my dad. He said, "You're not going to believe it." I said, "Please don't tell me, you know, the cat has..." No, it's nothing to do with the cat. Jaap Stam has gone to Lazio for whatever it was at the time. It was a lot of money. Oh, devastated, man. What a rock. And he still did a job after he went away from United. Not many players do that. I know Ronaldo has. But there's not been many from them ones that Ferguson has sold because he wanted to sell. And he's definitely one of them. Reading, yeah. Jaap Stam. He's a big Dutch man. Reading sitting third in the Championship, whatever that is. And they'll be bringing a few fans. They'll sing about how shit the atmosphere is at Old Trafford because they'll have, what, 5,000-6,000 fans. They'll sing about 60,000 rabbits. They'll say, "Do you come from Manchester? Where were you when you were shit?" Just all that usual Championship banter, which is really terrible, really, and it's shite. I could go through this. Like I say, I've done it. I know possession-wise what we can expect, the danger men. And as always, anyone that knows the crack with the Louis van Gaal file of facts will know that I'm going to summarise it because I can talk shit and you don't want me talking shit any longer. I'm sure you've got things to do. But just to summarise it, Championship shite. I know what you're thinking. This guy is mustard and he delivers every single VanCam. That's what I've just done there. What other programme would you need to watch now? Sky Sports? What? And have some silly Scouse knobhead like Graham Souness and Carragher on talking about the game. When you've got me, I've just told you. Championship shite. And we should be beating them. We're Man United. How many games have we've gone unbeaten? We're knocking teams out of the park, man. We're getting that fear factor back. Now he's going to make changes. Of course he is. There's players that are not even going to be involved because they're out the door. Schneidlin, I can see going. I can see Depay going. I hate Memphis Depay. He's everything that's wrong with modern day football. Somebody who thinks he's made it when he's not. The work should have started when he signed for United. Don't get me started on Memphis Depay. If I see you in town, mate, I am going to slap you in the forehead, so beware. Fellaini, I think he's going to keep him. You know my thoughts on Fellaini. I thought he did all right against, was it Middlesbrough? But Mourinho's done well with the squad, hasn't he? Over Christmas, how many of these managers that have got beaten and that and drawn, get dropped points? Jurgen Klopp, Arsene Wenger, moaning like fuck. There's too many games at Christmas. It's the same every year. Just strengthen your squad. Make sure you've got enough players, man. It's all everyone's in the same boat. You wouldn't be saying that if you'd won all your games, which is where Mourinho was spot on. I'll play Fellaini against Borough because they're dog shit. And then, a bit of a tricky game at West Ham. We bring Carrick back in. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. And Mourinho's getting that now. He knows the players he can count on. The players that are going to run through brick walls. You know what I mean? It's a kind of metaphor, analogy. But he knows these players that he can rely on now. And these are the ones that, he can rely... These are the ones that are going to carry him over the trenches. The ones that are going to go to war. The ones that are going to get us 3 points. And we should be getting a win on Saturday. 12:30 kickoff. What's all that about? TV. That's what that's about. But yeah, I say it all the time, as always, I'm looking forward to it. Of course I am. Looking forward to it. I think we will win. No matter what team he puts out. Give Big Ibrahimovic a rest. He does deserve it. 35 years old, man. A year older than me. He probably does deserve a rest. You know, give Carrick a rest. There's players there you can bring in. Players that want to get involved in this team now. Because January's upon us. And if you're not doing the business, Mourinho, well, I don't think he'll pack your bag for you, but you'll be out the door. It's as simple as that. The honeymoon period's over, and Jose Mourinho now knows what players he can count on, and the ones that have not been doing the business are going to be shown the door. It's as plain and simple as that. And that's what we wanted. Every Man United fan wanted a manager that was going to come in and get a grip of these players. Because, I'll tell you one thing, the camaraderie, is that the right word? It is. Camaraderie, the togetherness of the group. That game over Christmas, the one, you know, we've won. Pogba over to the crowd, shirt off, to a disabled fan in the crowd. Lovely. Fans, you know, we're believing again. Players going over to the fans. You know, we've got that bond back. Mourinho after every game, over to the fans. You know, we're supporting them and they're giving us something back to support. Not that United support was ever in doubt, but they're giving it us back now. And it's only right, because the turning point for me was that shit result against Chelsea, 4-0 when we got battered at Stamford Bridge. And some people really wound me up that day, coming off the pitch. It was well documented, laughing with international teammates on the opposite side, swapping shirts, not into that, you know, save that shit for the changing rooms. But it did give the impression that they weren't asked. Now, if you're not telling me that Mourinho has made a big issue of that, and probably said that a lot of United fans are not going to be happy with that kind of behaviour, down with that sort of thing, as was that Father Ted once said. But yeah, and I think that's where it comes from now. We've got that back. Do you know what I mean? The United fans at that Chelsea game have paid good money or whatever. 4-0, we've been walloped. They weren't going over and applauding, you know, the United fan. They might have got a bit. They were more interested going off and seeing their international teammates and, can I have your shirt? Yeah, will you sign it for me? Oh, nice one, mate. I'll frame that and put it in my £5 million mansion in the loft. Or my pool room downstairs. You know, I've got 5 pool tables and a sauna and a gym. And well, when I win the Euro Millions, I'll have one as well. But well over time here. I need to get back to work. I do. I really do. Listen. Subscribe, like, share. Over Christmas, it dropped off, but that's because I didn't put any videos on. Before Christmas, it's only been going about 2 weeks. My own one is Kevin Ashford 7 on YouTube. Look up VanCam, Kev Ashford, whatever. You will find me there. Before Christmas, I had like 60 followers, if that, 60 subscribers, sorry, on YouTube. I'm now at 566. It's unbelievable. Thank you to everyone. I really mean that. I know you're probably thinking there's some kind of joke coming in or something. I'm buzzing off it, man, because every time I upload a video now, interaction, people comment, I can comment to them. Share the videos, do whatever you want. Tell your granddad, your nan, your mum, your dad, your sister, your brother, your cat, your dog, whatever, just let them know. Come and sit and watch this dickhead talking pure shite for 25 minutes. If you like it. If you don't, just don't bother watching it. Turn it off. I really couldn't give a shit. I'm not arsed. If you want to leave a comment saying it's shit, what can I do? Trolls will be trolls. The haters gonna hate, as that Taylor Swift said. You know, the players are gonna play or something. Oh, I don't know. But that's it, man. Like I say, thanks very much. 566 subscribers. Let's get it moving, man. The next milestone has to be 1,000. If I get to that, there's gonna be some. I'm gonna get some disco lights or something, a disco ball put up in here, and there'll be a party VanCam 1,000 celebration. I'm telling you, it's gonna go off. Anyway, thanks everyone for subscribing. Like I say, continue it. It can only build, and it's you lot that tell your mates that builds it up anyway, because I ain't got time to be sending links out and all that, do you know what I mean? Barely got time to do this, to be honest, but I better crack on. Enjoy the match this weekend. It's Reading. I think we'll win. I really do. Come on, United! It started with a kiss. Never thought it would come to this.